Elizabeth strode up the hill. How dare he? As if she didn't care for the moral integrity of the school. Of course she did, but there had to be a school for her to care about first. If only the heat of her anger burned off pounds, she'd be thin as a model. It was as if all her care and shepherding didn't matter. The buck stops here. Well, maybe it shouldn't. She'd talk to the superintendent of schools. She'd talk to the bishop himself. She entered the school and turned left to the junior high classrooms. The 7th graders would be at specials, so Mrs. Hens could help her do some research. Elizabeth jerked to a stop. What was Joy doing here today? Today was her day off. She should be at home teaching classes. She turned around and went back to the reset room. Joy sat on the floor, awash in a sea of papers. What are you doing? Joy looked up. Oh, hello, Elizabeth. I didn't have classes this weekend, so I thought I'd put some work on the project you gave me. I've been making some progress. Are you okay? Can I help you with something? Just give me good news. Can we move this somewhere else? I don't work on the floor. They gathered up the papers and moved next door to the media room. Smells from the cafeteria drifted across the corridor. Elizabeth's stomach growled. Today was Rushman Day, when the cafeteria staff pulled out all the stops, making dishes straight from the garden. She was proud of her staff. They worked wonders. Maybe after she was finished with Joy. This should be free for the next hour or two. Just set your stack down and I'll lay them out for you. Joy arranged the papers in 4 distinct stacks. Sorry about all the mess. I think best when I can move things around and see them in the real world rather than just on a computer screen. I'll make sure you get the statistical analysis of the whole thing. These are my files on the reset room. I document all the interactions just in case I need to justify myself to the school board. This first group is our static group. They are the students who are performing within the normal parameters. The second is our new students. The third is students who have withdrawn in the last 3 years. The fourth is my question mark. She picked up the first stack and set them aside, then laid her hand on the second stack. Our new students are a mixed bag. Some of them are from families new to the parish, and others have transferred in from other schools, both private and public. About 60% of the transfers are performing below grade level, but as a whole, they are improving. In looking at the names, lots of them are my frequent flyers at the reset room. We are making progress, but we still have quite a way to go. The students who have withdrawn are distributed evenly with the top and bottom of our Iowa test scores, so I'll put them back in the first stack. She put her hand on the fourth stack. It was much smaller than the others. Here's where it gets interesting. These students' scores have all dropped over the past 3 to 5 years. It's more than just having a bad day. It's definitely a trend, but I can't see why. Elizabeth spread the stack of folders out, glancing at the names of each. Have you looked into outside factors? Could it be the economic downturn? Maybe for a few, but not all. I mean, every student has a story, but I can't see it here. Could you take these files and go through them? You know these students a different way than I do. See if you can find a pattern. Sorry, my focus is on the building project. That's why I gave this to you in the first place. If you need help, what about Jack Thatcher? No, you're right, he's too new. What about Father Baehr? Now that Oktoberfest is over, I'm sure he'll have a bit more time. Plus, that wine garden was a real hit. My mother loved it. He knows how to think about things in a different way. Can I ask him directly, or should I go to Father Baehr first? Don't go to him. He already took a piece out of me today. I don't think he'll say yes to anything. Want to go to lunch? I'm hungry and done with thinking for a while.